Hello for the fourth Sunday of Easter. You're lucky this week. It's going to be a lot shorter than last week. Last week's homily dealt with the 50th anniversary of my ordination. Took 2 sessions for that homily, probably the longest I've done in years and years. But anyway, this week it deals with the gospel, John 10:11 to 18. It deals with Jesus, the opening sentences, and it says, I am the good shepherd. A good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. If you fast forward that word, those sentences of Jesus, to 2,000 years on your computers, and you listen to them, and he says them, he might say, I am the good captain of the ship. A good captain lays down his life for his passengers. This past week, and I might be confusing 2 shipwrecks, but this past week, Wednesday, April 22, there was a story in the Lexington Herald-Leader where the headlines were sort of, United Nations says about 850 died in boat capsizing off Libya. A great tragedy. 850 migrants trying to get out of war zones died. The captain and a crew member were taken into custody on criminal charges of what they were doing. Only 28 survived, and the migrants were left in the water fending for themselves, and almost all of them died. Maybe here's where I'm confusing, but I heard it said that the captain and a crew member were in one of the lifeboats taking off from all the people in the water so that they were worried about their survival and not the 850 crew members. It all wrapped up with one of the survivors, a 22-year-old male, saying, I'll never forget. All strewn across the top of the water were dead bodies. It looked like a floating cemetery. I am the good captain. And the captain lays down his life for the passengers. Really? Jesus, I think you could say, or he might even say, I am the good captain, and I lay down my life for my passengers. Jesus leads us only to good pastures, safe harbors. Jesus does not charge. It's free. Jesus would never leave us. In fact, he went to death on the cross. And he will not leave us, but only save us. Jesus knows and calls each of his passengers by name. Jesus did not work for pay. All kinds of analogies and metaphors about Jesus. And I think this one in today's gospel, I am the good shepherd, could be said, I am the good captain. The captain lays down his life for his passengers. So finally, 2 questions. One is this. When Jesus says, I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold, who are these other sheep that do not belong to this fold? Could they be the Libyans? Could they be Palestinians? Could they be Jews? Could they be agnostics? Could they be atheists? I think so. Who are they? Who do you think they might be? Question 1. Question 2, these also I must lead, and they will hear my voice. Do only Christians hear the voice of Jesus? Do only theists hear the voice of God? Or do other people who might not be Christians, Catholics, theists, do they hear the voice of God and not even realize it? Are we the only privileged characters? I certainly think we are privileged characters. But I sort of think that they hear the voice of God too. Back in the late 50s, Karl Rahner, a great theologian, talked about the anonymous Christian. There are many good people who hear the voice or the message of Jesus, and they might not realize it, but they hear the message and the voice of Jesus at what he taught. Anonymous Christians, good persons. Those two questions. And of course, in those two questions, do I hear the voice of Jesus? To hear the voice of Jesus, you must listen. And they say the first step in prayer is to keep quiet and listen, not speak. Do I hear the voice of Jesus? Do I hear the voice of God? Have a good day.